You need to be on mute too. Check.
Introducing the Elf on the Shelf menu at Naya's. Put flavor counters on the stack of pancakes, that is. Oh, what snow-covered funnel cakes. Or try our Boros burrito. And kids eat free every day from 4 to 10 p.m. But it's only for good boys and girls. So be good for pancake's sake and try our Elf on the Shelf menu only at Naya's.
I am a great magician. Your clothes are red.
Wow! Please, do it again!
Hello and welcome to the grand test. I'm trying all new software today. That's why we're doing a surprise show. My name's Delexikoff. This is Pauperganda, and we're going to attempt to assemble something that appears to be like a little bit of a show. But with me, as always, is my co-host and partner in crime, show Rosamond. Pauper Tim in the house. Yep. So on Saturday morning, no less, Friday night, it worked fine. All of my stuff started getting all buggy, and then there was literally a bug in the screen. And I guess servers on their end went down. So I finally was like, screw it. I'm going to get into Streamlabs OBS software. And I took a day and learned it and was very, very impressed with it. The first time I looked into it was when we first started doing this years ago. And it wasn't up to snuff to run my little custom commercials and stuff like that. So I see you, Lovecraft668. Thank you for joining me, everybody. And check out my new swag. Thanks to my boy. We got a bunch of December birthdays in the house, including mine, and I got my own Pauperganda mug. So now I'm rocking the swag, right? But so anyway, what I'm saying is if something's going to go wrong, it's probably going to happen today. But because of that, we're going to have kind of a hodgepodge show. I'm going to show you this deck list here. We're going to maybe play it once or twice, and then we're going to discuss Fall from Favor, and then we're going to play Pauperdy, which I've got locked and loaded. So what, Monday Pauperganda? Yeah, don't get used to it. I just figured, hey, I felt bad with, what was that, like a 2-hour notice, like, sorry, no show today, because you guys know me and I'm all obsessed with pristine things anyway. So little side note, I don't know if this deck is a good call or not. The problem is Fall from Favor, Shiraz, if you would. And since we're on Streamlab OBS, if somebody knows how to do that deck list thing, let me know. And in the future, I'll be able to do that because now we're all on board and everything's normal and blah, blah, blah. So Cam's lagging. Oh, what a bummer. Well, there's the first problem. Let me know if it comes back. Anyway, so we've got 3 Ash Barrens, 2 Wilds, 1 Forest, 5 Islands, 3 Growth Chambers, and my computer's acting really loud. 4 Thornwood Falls. I have 1 Ona's Grace, 3 Rhystic Studies in the place of Counter Magic. I had, your typical, what's that card? Arcane Denial that most people have. Yeah, I'm sorry. Stuck on the mug screen. Well, at least it's not my mug, right? Sorry about that. Maybe this isn't the software of choice, right? But anyway, is the interface still showing you guys like when I move the cards? Hopefully that's still going on. But anyway, I'm trying out. Okay, good. Well, who needs to see me, right? I'm trying out Rhystic Study just for obvious reasons. We're trying to mill people. And let me rewind a little bit. The reason I think this might be a good call, and this isn't the optimal list or anything by any stretch of the imagination, is that Fall from Favor is just everywhere, and Fall from Favor is probably too new to come up. So that is true. More recently with the interface, you're right about that, Pauper Tim. But anyway, so what was I getting at? Fall from Favor is just all about drawing cards, and it's truly just kind of broken the game right now, I think. So what I wanted to do was abuse people's use of it, play no creatures. I know there's the blue, what's that blue card that, does the mills for 4 and goes on an adventure and stuff like that. So anyway, sorry about that, Shiraz, a little false thing there. So I'm trying this out without any counter magic in it, and we're just kind of going to go all in. I've got 4 brainstorms, 4 careful studies. I was thinking of splashing red for, my favorite, Faithless Looting. Get the extra thing in there, but it wasn't worth the early hiccups with mana, so I went with Careful Study. I'm really liking Dream Twist with the flashback mechanic and with the Careful Study. It's a little bit of a Boros Bully take on Fog. We'll probably crash and burn. Who knows? We got 4 Fogs, speaking of the deck's name. And your favorite deck, Evangelion. Well, Evangelion, you probably have a better build. This is just my take on it. But I do think right now, if you're going to try to play a tournament, this might be, not this, but a version of this would be a very good call, because there's just ridiculous amounts of card drawing going on. So it's like they're hurting themselves. Okay, so we've got 3 Rhystic Studies and 1 Grace for the extra lands. So we got 2 Weather the Storm, I found kind of necessary, 4 Moments Peace, and 2 Lulls. And let me know if a camera ever unfreezes. That would be kind of nice. I mean, I guess I can, let me try something to unfreeze it. Let me jump out of the this and back into it just real quickly. I'm free? Is the camera good? Okay, good. I was just about to do it. See, I had to digitally threaten the interface here. All right, so I've got 2 Lull, 2 Muddle the Mixture. I was running like some Dispels, and I'm like, why not do both and then be able to search for everything? And we got 4 Think Twice, 4 Jace's Erasure, and 4 Accumulated Knowledge, which work really nicely with Careful Study in our sideboard. 3 Curfew, 3 Curse of the Pierce, Bloody Tome, and 1 Capsize, 2 more Weather the Storm, all the scatter shots, because fairies are everywhere right now, and you know me, I love to beat up on Fae if I can, and 2 Tormod's Crypt, just because I like old spooky looking artwork, right? So yeah, Evangelion, it's very interesting. This card, and I was chatting with who was it, Chid3. We had our little content creator tournament, thanks to, I think it was Nils that got that to happen, and we were talking about this card and how it starts in a lot of brews, but it always kind of finds its way out. And obviously you want to play maybe like a land destruction element with something like this, but who knows? I'm curious about the camera. Maybe it's because I used it saw a lot more contrast, the mug, as opposed to my mug. So anyway, guys, so we're going to jump over here, and this kind of be kind of a long-winded deck. And like I said, we're after kind of a shorter show today, so we're just going to hope for the best. Make sure that we change the list here. I've noticed since the last update to MTGO, it really tries to do that random deck thing again, where it's like it'll show me a list that's like 500 down on my thing, and yeah, I do have that many, and like I don't even remember making sometimes. And so be careful if you're so you don't irritate people that you're playing against here. So here we go. I have very little experience with this kind of list and stuff, so bear with me, especially you, Evangelion 0001. I've got to ask, when that kind of moniker shows up, if 0000 was taken. Unfreezed. Yes. No Tangle. No. I tried out Tangle, and believe it or not, I'm glad you brought that up, because what I wanted to do with it instead, because there's a lot of control decks around that sometimes aren't damage based, I like Lull because you can draw. And that helps us with the erasure there and get to the things here. We still have 10, more than that actually. Here's 8, and then this is 12, and that's 14 fog effects in here. So I thought Moment's Peace is obviously the clear favorite, Fog for the efficiency, and then Lull for the flexibility. So, but that's what we're all about, learning, seeing what I might do or do wrong. So yeah, anyway. Well, hopefully somebody shows up. Here we go. And away we go. Let's see how it starts off here. And check this out, a Pauperganda first. I can say hi to people as long as I don't capitalize stuff. Hi there. It's a Pauperganda first. I can type without my stuff crashing. All right, we'll keep this. Just see how we're doing. I probably shouldn't instigate conversation because then I will end up rolling a camera or whatever. So, oh, and another thing you might hear is door slams and things like that because the way I've got this set up is try to mirror the old way I used to do things when I used the game show software, and it would mute my mic for me. But now when I roll the commercials, my mic's hot, so I've got to remember to hit mute. So unless you guys want to eavesdrop on my chair smashing around or me getting out of the chair, it's about where we go. All right, down with the Thornwood Falls, being very careful to click gently there because the artwork is very close, being of the Simic persuasion. And we get to rest. What shall be the case here? Bum, bum, bum. I like that version of duress. I play this at Tamir Violent Outburst. Use the red dude, all +4 cards, a deck, fire ice, analysis. Nice. Pauper Tim, send us that list. We maybe on Saturday I'll play a better version of this and like fans mill decks. Let's make that the show for Saturday. It'll be kind of a mill centric list. So if you played, well, come on, if you have played this list, I don't really blame people. Sometimes it's kind of a slog to play against this, and we might run into that a little bit more. Hey, we're 1-0. But if you've got a good list and you're serious about it and you've got some notes or whatnot, send it along and maybe we'll make it like a fog show. That'd be kind of fun for Saturday because I wasn't going to even come back till like January 2nd, I said. And it's actually a good time to take a lot of time off because of Fall from Favor and how it's just kind of warping the format. But I figured, hey, that's what you guys kind of lean on me for a lot of times is to come up with the solution or a solution, not the or weird ways of attacking a metagame. And so hopefully I'm allowing that. So P silently deluxe. Yes. I was just thinking that'll be like the future, right? The streaming chair will just be actually like a toilet with like nicely padded seats and, you know, I'm kind of crude, but might be funny. I'm sure somebody out there does it, especially those people that do like the 24-hour streams. I know Korea's like the hotbed for all that stuff. So, and I probably should have done a little bit of a test run here, but I guess we'll just stare at the deck list here. There's a lot of people here, but nobody willing to wait. And King X Tim, new ring in here. That would be interesting. I've been trying to build Pauper Mill deck that could be competitive. Yeah, and I think it's going to take all of us. It's definitely not this. I'm just putting together the parts I liked. I had, the counterspell in there, and I think that's like Chittering Rats is with mono black, where people just auto-include it and don't think twice. So, see what I did there? Anyway, I think that's one of the cards that can go, or make it a lot more blue and control based and play like a lot harder control, like a counter spell. So who knows? Mana's good again. We've got the goods. We'll keep this and we'll go from here and hope for the best. This way we don't have so many dead cards and that we can cycle away Lull. I've never heard my computer run this loudly, so hopefully you guys aren't really hearing that. I guess I can do this right now. Alrighty, well, we've got an extra land there. That's good. I'll throw this out, and kind of tells them what we're on if I throw the Lull out, but I think I'm going to do that because we've got two of them. Let's do that. And then this next turn we can do some stuff. All right, can't hear it over the noise my PC makes, says Shirazwan. Stream of Thought has been popular. Yeah, I had it in my very first one, Paladin 19. Thank you for bringing that up. And I only wanted to see it late, and then I very rarely, meaning no time ever, was able to get the full effect out of it with the replicate. That's just me, though. Alrighty. Let me float this, drop this, being very careful to select this, and we will careful study again. Be nice if we had a little bit more threshold options here. You know what? We've got the goods here. I'm going to actually get rid of a muddle, and I'll get rid of the wilds here. Well, yeah, I'm not going to be doing too much next turn anyway. I'll get rid of the island. Let's do that. Boink. Okay. Here we are. And away we go. Screen freeze again. Damn. What is going on? I'm going to have to come up with a solution to that. I'll have to use... Oh, no, we don't like to see that. Going to have to figure something out. My PC's trying a little too hard, or my laptop. So we get exalted to death. Let's see what we can do here. There's that, and there's that. Okay. You know what? I think I'll wait on this. We'll trip this here. And only one mug in the frozen cam this time. All right, we'll bring this out. And I think I'm going to wait here in case he goes crazy. It's still early in the game. They got 5 cards, soon to be 6. And we might be able to use Weather the Storm better than a Moment's Peace. But it's going to be long-winded at best here. Kind of, man, that Pride Mage. What are the odds, I tell you? Do this now. Okay. You're not going to have to worry about that, except that's like the perfect plan against our list here. That's kind of frustrating, right? We'll weather here. Heal through. Gain 9. Take 4. Not looking good for us. Who would have thought we'd have recurring enchantment removal, but that's what we're here to do. We are here to figure out when and if this deck can ever work. All right, let's try this. I wish I could make it pay off right now, but I can't. Bummer. I do have my my other camera. I'll probably have to rig that up. I just hope that it doesn't cause issues too. That would be maddening. Boy, this just keeps getting worse. Look at this. They've got answers for our answers and sweepers. That's why what I was running into with Arcane Denial was that, you know, when you counter stuff, you're kind of letting them reload their hand, and I know it fits the theme and stuff, but when I want to counter it. And I know that technically works, but so many times it's just like, you know, try playing that against Burn, right? It's like, oh gosh, really? Oh, don't think discarding the island was correct. The deck wants to hit 4 mana-ish. Yeah, and I thought I would, especially with the that was the first one. I thought I'd end up finding it before then, but ended up not. All right, so now meeting me words, that's for sure. All right, we'll sit back and take lots of damage. I don't really have a way of dealing with a Pride Mage here. Of course, it's not like you are ever going to really see that, so that's a bit frustrating. I'll sit back and at least use the Moment's Peace in the yard here. Let me know when the screen unfreezes. Hopefully it's very soon. I'm going to make an I'll have a thing I can click to show next week as we iron these things out. It is now unfrozen. Okay. Thank you for that. And apologies, everybody. Like I said, we're going through a lot of growing pains here. This is getting grim. See, I'm sitting here reading, talking, and I'll click right through that. If we don't hit a land, I'll scoop here. This is getting grim really quick. Alrighty. And no land. Well, might as well not show them what we got. And we'll go from there. Let me do... There we are. Software, come on. What is going on here? Didn't I quit? God, that took like 10 seconds. I think my PC's raging against me. Alrighty. I immediately kind of want to take out Rhystic Study here because they've got enchantment removal, but that's kind of really the only road to go with. We've got the full package there. Maybe we just play it as is again. Weather the Storm would be pretty good. Let's bring in one weather. Curfew is nice for like obviously go tall decks like a Heroic or a Hexproof and such. So let's just try that. We're probably not going to be in the winners category with this list the way it is now. I just thought I wanted to put it on everybody's radar for Saturday's show and get your minds thinking about that. And if you found any good builds or whatever, send them to us at pauperganda@gmail.com. And we'll try to look into it and address it better on Saturday as for right now. Later, we're going to be, and later might be very soon, we're going to be talking or playing Pauperdy, which is a Jeopardy-based theme show, but all Pauper slanted. And months ago we did it, and everybody really liked it, but it actually didn't score very high on the YouTube algorithms there, and one of our lowest viewed replayed shows. But it was a lot of fun live, and I definitely want to make it a thing. And now that I've got more capabilities with my, oh boy, we'll mulligan that. That's no brainer. We will play it a little bit more often. We'll keep that. Now, what shadow do we put back? Probably. Oh, we want to hit that, don't we? This is rough. I'll keep my theme up. I'll get rid of this. Say done. We'll drop the falls and drop the falls. And hopefully Pride Mage doesn't show up. Turbo Fog, Uranium 9. Uranium Man 9. Very cool name, and thank you for joining us. I never get to catch a live show. Yeah, we're doing a weird Monday thing because my software really went south and I had to relearn all this other stuff, and so here we are. And we've already had 2 cam frees up, so I'm not sure if this is as robust as my old one, but it sure has a lot more bells and whistles that I enjoy tweaking about and such, so you'll bear with me. We had the content creator tournament, I think, finished up yesterday. Got 99% of my matchups. There was one person we just couldn't find, so if you want to remind me later, we can also revisit some of those. I think I'll put them in the description too, just to share the wealth and stuff. It was weird being like the content person with the most subs and all that stuff, because I'm used to being like low man on totem pole, but a lot of good creators out there starting up, setting out all these good things. So we will say you. And then I think there's another feature here. Yeah, save targets. There we go. All right. Yes. And here we go. All right, let me let's brainstorm here. And then we can get rid of stuff we don't really want. We know he's on a bit of an aggro deck. Let's see. Well, we've got our 4 land here, so I'll throw this back and weather the storm. That's fine. Always yield. I wish it would. It doesn't. Have them mill 1 card. Yes. 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 Hey, there's stuff that won't be hurting us. We'll do this. Man, I have never heard my PC this loud. I don't know if we'll get through this show, guys, but the grand experiment, that's what it's here for. You guys have to be able to hear that. All right. And away we go. Yield through this turn. All right. Today's not Saturday. I'm confused, says Soasan. Boy, they're just all in with the graveyard 8 here. What's going down? I was thinking even Snap might be good if you go the Weather the Storm route main to buy those turns where you don't want to use Fog all the time and such, but yes. Okay, I know what we're going to do here. We're just going to go all in with the Jace plan, transmute this, and hope they don't get that white source or the Pride Mage. We'll see how that goes. I kept looking Saturday. Sad when you didn't come up. Glad to see you are well. Oh, yeah, we're doing fine. Like I said, there was some server-side error on our old software, and it pretty much forced me to have the bug in it. Like, so this would say like OBS all the time, and just it was really irritating and distracting because it wasn't just a bug that sat there. I might have gone through with it if it was for that, but it would have been over all the show, all the commercials and things like that. And then also it went full screen, and it was just kind of like one of these "look at me" logos. Hey, the new Filigree Familiar shows up. That's the first time on the stream we've seen the newer card. Very flexible. I'm glad our opponent isn't having a rocket start like they did that first time. We're gonna pretend that we have counter magic. There we go. Yes, we might be able to pull this one off the way this is playing out here. We'll drop another Erasure. I remember cutting this out for the Fire Ice Gin commercial that we did and put him on the bottle. And if you look closely at that spoof commercial, you will notice I probably should have accumulated main there just because I could have hit a land drop. So little errors I'm making here and there. But if you look really closely at Jace's eyes in that commercial, you'll see a little sparkle like right on a beat. Something I worked so hard on and no one notices. Do you have any desire to get your channel monetized? Oh, of course, but I run so much custom, what do you call, not so much the commercials, but they use a lot of like for music, and I tend to just want to, let that go its own direction as far as all these accumulated knowledges are not going to do any good here. The answer is yes, but I also don't want it to hiccup our cost. What do you call the show's credit and like what we're kind of known for and stuff. I don't want to go down that route too far, but we'll see. Yield. Yes. And yes. And away we go. We're going to have to make these things count when we do them. I'm just going to do it now. Maybe we'll hit another land. We'll see. Okay. Yeah. Yes. And yes. And now, I guess we could do this now. Sweetly. We've got a fog. Let's see. We'll get rid of one of these. And, I'll get rid of them. I'll get rid of this. See how this goes. Try to get them to trip that. Yes, yes, yes. That's one of the problems with brewing this kind of style too, is Pyroblast and Red Elemental Blast. Every blast just gets you. Oh, thank you for that, Solson. I have mad respect for the content creators doing it just for fun. Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, obviously, who's going to say no to cash? And if you like the channel a lot and want to donate, we've got a Buy Me a Coffee page that I've gotten some of the things that you can find out about and stuff. Appreciate any of that. But yeah, sometimes like it'll be like, do you want to monetize this video? And it's like, prove that. Yeah, I've made 3 albums of music myself, and I've used my own music one time, and it's like, you don't have permission to do this. And I'm like, what? This is mine. It's like, and then they wanted me to prove I was me, and so I did as best I could, and it didn't work so well. They didn't, YouTube in their infinite, what would you call it, almost Azorius stance of like, we're never wrong, was just like, that was the end of it, so I couldn't monetize it. It was pretty funny. Boy, this camera phrasing, this is a record. Yes and yes. And yes. Got them about halfway here, folks. Let's see what we can do with Rhystic. At least now, stuff will happen. We don't want to see a Tranquility, that's for sure. Hopefully it's not freezing on a goofy looking face, but I have a theory. I'm monitoring my stream with the old way I used to do it, which is probably double taxing the system. So I'm curious if I always yes, always yield. So I might have to try a little test run of that before we go and see if it calms down a little bit. Who knows? Here we are. Now I'm going to do it because I'm bored. Boop. Definitely can take 3, but who knows? Now you're good as far as freeze frame. I wonder whether it's possible to stream the cam from a separate PC. Could. It's definitely not. I've got plenty of room, and it's a newer thing. So I'm sure it's not the stuff under the hood. It's just the, who knows what it is. That's my point. Yes and yes. Are we gonna? If we mill somebody once, I'm gonna count this as kind of a success. We shall see. All right. Well, we've got an Ona's Grace and another Fog. I'm going to main deck it now because we're really having a hard time hitting our lands here. This is getting crazy. Okay, there's one. Yes and yes. Here we go. It's a beautiful deck. We've got all kinds of good artists in this one. This is always a really nice design, and so is Rhystic Study by Therese Nielsen. And Unfrozen. Thank you for the update. Sorry for the ping pong effect, right? I'm always mortified to think like I'm in mid yawn or something. Not completely out of it. Bye-bye, Ona's Grace. And we like our graveyard here, but it's not going to be here long the way this is rolling out. But yeah, it was very cool doing that content creator thing over the weekend because I, played a lot of mic'd games, and my first one was a bit awkward because I didn't quite know the format, and then I realized how poorly off camera I am. Like when I recorded something and it took me like 10 takes, and I'm like, what's wrong with me? I was like, oh, that's right, I don't have the pressure of an audience and keep my mouth rambling. So I was like editing myself before I spoke. Where was it streamed? YouTube? Oh, it will be. Mason Comp, I think is how you pronounce his name. And I have all this stuff written down. I'll be sharing it. Maybe I'll just go over it in the actual email too. he's going to be putting together kind of like a best of sort of thing, or I don't really know what he's doing, but I was asked to be part of it, and I was more than happy to help out in that kind of thing. So just nice to be asked. All right, here we go. Let's study. Let's go hit the books. Hit the books, folks. All right, here we go. Oh yeah, I got to discard stuff, don't I? Well, we've got enough things here. I'll get rid of the lands. I'll try to do the correct play. Bink. Now, yeah, I guess we could do that, huh? I'm tempted to just roll that out. He'll probably cast another spell here. We'll just wait on his turn. It could weather the storm here, but it's only going to be for 6, so. But yeah, now I'm starting to think, like, maybe you completely neglect the fog plan outside of just Moment's Peace and run Weather the Storm. There's a little spidey sense I've got that kind of feels like that might be the right move. So Mason, not, yeah, I think so. Paladin 19. You know me and my pronunciations. I'm pretty bad at that. Every once in a while, my wife will be like, you know, who's that? And I'm like, remember your audience. Be at a dinner party, and I'm like, don't ask me who anybody is because I'm so bad with names. All right, there's 1 3-point or 3 life spell. Is anybody, you know, I know we're bagging on, or at least I am, the kind of the software and stuff like that. Is there anything that seems better to anybody with this software? Because this is just kind of an experiment as to like, the hell am I doing sort of thing, right? I guess we don't really have to take the damage, do we? We can, I'll just fog here, add to the storm count. Maybe they'll get frustrated and throw another creature out. We will see. And the grand old answer seems about the same, to be honest. Hey, that's what I was after. That's the goal. It would have been nice to just show up and everybody's like, what? But I had to give you guys a reason at least. The thing that gets me so like upset with regards to that is whenever you do anything like that, it never happens on a Monday and gives you a week to prepare or whatever, or like Windows updates always seem to be like on a Friday or like a Saturday morning, and you're just like, oh, come on, you know, it just drives me nuts. All right, well, I guess I should have waited on Weather the Storm there. So he takes down one of our erasures. And we'll just yield through this turn and gain some life. But Weather the Storm's so powerful, I think might even be a bit of a plan there. Yes. And I guess we could go like this. And we'll go like this. Oh yeah, I got to discard stuff. That's how that works. We'll go boom, boom. Certainly. Yes. And yes. And then we'll, I'm tempted to do that, huh? This costs 3, doesn't it? I thought it cost 2. Shoot. I guess we can do this again. Let's go for it. Just because. Wow. And one more mana would have been really nice to bring back Think Twice, but in my mind's eye, I was like, yeah, it costs 2 both times. And it was like, what? Which one am I thinking of that does that? But I want you to know that after watching your stream, says TMO6 Life, I have now built 3 paper pauper decks and working on my 4th. Hey, all right. Yeah, I do some good in the world, right? I'm just afraid I might burn out. That's the problem when you do 2 streams in a week. But it's pretty far away. I mean, Saturday's quite a ways away, but I might be a bit taxed. We'll see. But it's just nice to get in that ritual of just kind of constantly doing stuff. So yeah, the camera has had some issues lately. So I do have a webcam, but that mysteriously vanished. Alrighty, we're getting so close to this. I want to cycle this so that I can get another mill in here. Cycle. Trigger the erasure. Do it. All right, I'll just yield through this turn. Oh yeah, we want to do that. And sometimes you don't want to turn on the auto stuff to Jace's erasure. Like I had a game yesterday where I was playing, and I forget what the scenario was, but I wanted to mill myself once, and then my opponent with the 2 triggers that were on the stack. So down goes our erasures. It'd be neat to not have to rely on blue because there's just so many answers with all the sideboard hate cards, games 2 and 3. Another reason, might not see this in the upper levels of tournament play here. So yeah. And we'll try in the next couple weeks to get this camera stuff resolved. I think maybe I'll see how taxing it is. I'm afraid if I added like an exterior camera that talks to this PC, it's yet one more layer that might invite Murphy's Law. But I know when we do our tabletop magic, which is pretty rare, well, maybe we'll do that too. That can be a thing there too. All right, let's think twice right now. We'll pay 2. We don't get the benefit. They're at this. There I'm at that. Let's see. We don't really have to worry about too much going south here. Let me pull this down. Go from here. Bring this back up. And I guess we could do that. I want to wait actually on the. I'll do a EOT brainstorm. We've got some true mill effects, and we could top deck into, but we'll see. Inkjet printers and webcam devices. Yeah. Well, it's funny you say that because I had, my son was using one of the cameras and then it mysteriously came back a little broken. There was this little plastic thing in there. So to be honest, I haven't even plugged it back in to see if it affects the shot at all or not, but I'm sure it will be a better shot. So I used a buyback mill spell. Ah, yeah, animatronics in the house. All right, all the way from Mexico, which is actually a very close distance compared to most of our other viewers out there. For all of you that like the Pauperganda theme song, give animatronics some love in the chat because he's the man behind it. And we're a big fan of Kung Pao into the fist. That's the way he goes, like at the top of the show. It's so funny that you're here for this one, my buddy, because I did the Master Betty intro for the top of the show when he's like, your clothes are red. And he's like, wow, please do it again. Can we pull this off? Opponent's got 8 cards. Let's see what we can see. What do we got? What do we got? Come on now. All right. Well, let's do a little EOT madness here. I like using Merfolk's Secret Keeper. Yeah, I tried. That was in. I really do like that card a lot. It's good. I'm not after the life right now. Let's go find some goods here. We'll do this. I like that Secret Keeper. The little 2-for-1 there. I was in kind of a purist mode, and I was like, you know what? I just want to have like no creatures, so they have just a ton of dead cards in a lot of scenarios. Oh god, this is getting ugly quick. Come on now, milling ourselves. If I didn't have Ona's Grace swept away, I'd probably consider doing that. Well, they don't have the black mana to really scare me off too badly from that plan, so I guess we can do this and just try to avoid drawing more of these later. Let's see, what do we got here coming out of 6? Ain't so bad. We'll do this. Ain't so bad. And then we'll also see what we're working with. We've got 2 more lands, so, well, we've got some wilds in here too. Let's see. We can play to our outs here in that we have all of our dream twists haven't shown up. So that kind of sucks. And let's grab this forest just because it reminds me of my old place up in the Tahoe neck of the woods and go from there. Fainting like we have fog or another brainstorm. Who knows? But our opponent's okayness, is that a word? Acceptability of keeping Rhystic Study out when they have the option not to. I mean, obviously, they're going to go for the aggro plan. But it's a little disheartening. Oh, wow. Check this dude out. Thank God it doesn't have a Thrash back. Ooh, that'd be a cool mechanic, huh? Iceberg Cantrix, yeah. With the Snowlands, you're right. I know that there was a mean lock back when Arkham's Astrolabe was a thing. But hopefully Fall from Favor is not going to be around long. In fact, I'm so sure that's going to be banned even before anything to do with Tron, but I'm sure Tron is happy to use it too, that I didn't even buy any. I was like, they were about $3 when I first looked at them, and I'm like, yeah, you know what? I got a feeling these are going to crash the second they announce the ban list announcement. And you know me, I'm always trying to be a contrarian to a fault sometimes, and I'm like, I'm not going to brew with that. So I'm not. Yeah, Whirlpool Rider I do like. I think I've discussed that on this show, and then snapping it and things like that. That's pretty badass. I think that's a really good call too. And same with Tolarian Winds, I think it is. But I think that's only a white bordered spell. So like I said, this is very far from optimal, whatever, over, etc. All right, we've got insurance for that, so I will gain the life here. Feign a little weakness. We'll come on in with the Erasure. I wish I could play a damn spell, but at least we've got protection here. Yield. Yeah, time works against you. Sideboards work against you, but I've got a feeling, if anything, this is a pretty neat place to start with this. In fact, just to keep the stream along moving here, after we roll the commercials, which I will try to remember to mute my mic as I take a sip from my Pauperganda mug. Ooh. They do? Oh, okay. Shiraz, I didn't know. Oh, Willis Berto. I don't know if the opponent is doing, but I'm enjoying it. Yeah, me neither, man. It's good to hear from you. Thank you. We got a lot of new. Another nice thing of doing a surprise Monday show is to hear and see some new faces, if only digitally, and of the moniker persuasion. I see. Yeah, I thought they were all white bordered, but all right. Dun, 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 dun. Here we go. Can we buy a Pauperganda mug? Yeah, I'm sure you know, we did have the swag thing set up on Twitch where you just scrolled down and did it, but it's through Streamlabs, and you know, it's a nice feature they have and everything, but they upmarket so badly. Honestly, probably the best way to do it is to just rip it off of Facebook, our logo, and some of our older pictures, and put it on anything you like, and send us a picture of it posing your mug with your mug, and we'll put it at the top of the show, and maybe have the little "today's show will begin shortly" coming out of your mouth. So that'd be pretty cool. All right, he's tired of Rhystic Study. It at least cost him a card this time. I believe we've yielded through this turn, haven't we? Certainly. Yeah, it's at the end of the turn. Do we have any more Jace's Erasure? I don't know. How diddly do, neighbor? How goes the new software? Fuji Purple Ass. Hey, good to see you, my friend. It's all right. It's running a little loud, and we've had like 5 mini camera freeze-ups, which is the camera freeze-ups aren't much new, but it only usually happens like once every maybe 2 weeks or something like that lately. But something I got to address and fix. What I'm doing, though, is I'm monitoring the feed, and Streamlabs has its own thing, and I just don't trust it yet. So things will get better as we move forward. But for right now, I'm just kind of in this little, like, you know, safety zone mode. So, hey, success. The deck did it, I think. Uh-oh, maybe not. Never mind. Next to that plan. And we get countered. Well, they got to kill us in 2 turns. I better stop with the success comment, right? Good news is this Crypt Rat plan is going to wipe his board out if he can't do the thing. So, let's peace now, forever hold, that sort of stuff. So yeah, we're going to have team. I don't know how you want to do it, Shiraz, or anybody in the chat. Feel free. I don't think our reigning champion Auramancer is in the house, but we have the Goblin Gardeners in our Pauperdy game versus Auramancers versus Necromancer. So I think I don't know quite how did we do it last time. I think people called up and took sides. So if you want to play Pauperdy after the break, or I think we'll do it at the very last part, call your spot just in chat. Say, I will represent Necromancer or Auramancer, or I think you can set up commercials as their own scene in OBS. Yeah, I've done that all through Pauper Tim. That was the problem when I first looked into OBS software. I wish this said target player draws a card, but we have to draw the card here. Our opponent's only got one thing to go left, so but everything's working fine other than the old camera freeze up and such. So we'll do this and do this. Come on. We're getting close to Millar's. God, jeez, this deck just doesn't want to work. This is crazy. We'll gain the life. Man, who would have thought we have 3 lands with Careful Study. I do like Careful Study in this style of list, though. I think that's got a place, unless you did go red or whatever. We'll see what you guys all come up with. So the overlay makes it hard to see the number of cards in the zones. Oh, yeah, I know I got that holiday overlay in there. Sorry about that. We've got, he's got 7 cards in the yard, 36 exiled, and what have we got? Wait, where's the... How many cards? What's going on here? I've got 26, 30. Huh. Oh, yeah. He's got no cards left. This is it. But now we're going to die. 0 library and it kills us. So obviously, this isn't the way to rock with this. All right. Hey, guys, I'm going to go take a break. I'm going to remember to mute my mic. And we'll see how this first commercial goes. And I'll be back right after this from Brad Roberts of the Crash Test Dummies Christmas album, Jingle All the Way. Highly suggest you get it. I raised my kids on it. In fact, when they hear normal Christmas music, they kind of think it sucks because of this album. Anyway, see you in a bit.
Why do we age Pauper brews twice as long as the guilds require? Because what's a couple more turns when you have 5 generations looking over your shoulder? Don't even think about it.
Available at Moros's Market.
Hey everybody, thank you so much to the people listed here. Your continued support means the world to me as we move forward, always inventing, always doing new things. It's just nice to have so many of you aboard. If you'd like to donate, please do so at the link next, and we'll see you next time.
And we're back. Hey, I think things are working. Okay, so that was the first way to go through. All right, so enough of that. PC didn't even seem to like it. I brought this deck up and it got real quiet again. So I'm going to show you the changes I've made to Chid 3's Blackburn, as well as take you over a few other things here. Let me bring up, I believe it's, where was it? It was Mason's email here. Oh boy, thank you for Joshua Heinrich for the coffee. I really appreciate that. So yeah, I'll have this link up. You know what? Because this is the thing, I can just put it in the chat. Let's see if this works here. Go like this and go bonk. I think that works. And then back to this. Okay, so these are the cool creators. Please go support them. Unfortunately, I tagged myself in there because I was editing on the fly. But that's from Mason, and that's the people that were in it. And got to meet most everybody. Had a great time chatting and just getting to know everybody. And I thought it would be pretty funny to bring Chid 3, his deck list, to a creator tournament. So I played a version of his. Y'all know I love this deck. And I think this is yet another good call against Fall from Favor, because you don't really care about your creatures and you can kill them with stuff. It's not quite as good, I think, potentially, if Fall from Favor doesn't get banned moving forward. But this is what I've been playing. If you find me late at night playing Magic with one or two gin and tonics in me, this is my new baby. I really like this list. We'll play this once, then we'll go to another quick break, and then we'll play Pauperdy, and then we'll get out of your hair. But thank you for joining me here on this weird Monday show. We got 3 carnariums, a lot of swamps, and 2 cottages. I'm bad at math, so add them up. They're coming up to 18. Anyway, we've got 4 bump in the nights, 1 fruit, 4 serrated scorpions. My son's really taught me the value of this card. It's pretty easy to see it, really, but it just kind of snuck in there. It didn't. I never remember this being released or being mentioned when it came out. But 4 village rights, and I'm playing Alms of the Vein. Very inferior card. What you'll notice, I've taken out the prowl mechanic and the rogues and gone with stuff that I want to have die and that do things now. And because of that, instead of playing 2 for prowl in the optimal scenario or 4 when you were stuck, we play 3 every time, and sometimes 1. That actually happened just yesterday. I've run 1 Justice main. I like to wipe my own board sometimes, and I was running Suffocating Fumes main, and I just wasn't feeling it. So anyway, hold on a minute now. Played Magic says, been watching for several months now. My 5-year-old and I have built every deck you spotlight on your program. Wow, it's been great, and he's committing cards and strategy to memory. That's awesome, Played Magic. That made my year. Thank you so much. Secondly, if you need any tech help, IT is my industry. Oh, awesome. Yeah, I've raised my kids on games, and especially Magic and chess and things like that. But Magic stands alone because of the vocabulary boost. Almost every word is real, and even when they're put together, it kind of makes up something. And then, you get the math, the strategy, the looking ahead. It's such a great... I think if I was like a grade school teacher, it would be like there would be an entire... I'd probably get fired, let's be honest. They'd be like, you're just playing Magic all day long. But anyway, back to the deck. But thank you so much for that, Play Magic. I really appreciate it. We got 4 Perilous Mer, one of my very favorite cards. If you ever have like a 56 card deck that you really like, just throw these in there. You won't regret it. They're awesome. They fit everywhere. We got 4 Guest Verdict? Yeah, that's who it is. 4 Tyrant's Choice. Love this artwork. And yeah, just so haunting. Just I've almost drowned quite a few times. That's probably how I'll end up meeting my demise. I've had a few surfing accidents. I was found floating in a pool when I was a baby and all these other things. It's gotten me almost, I think, 4 times at last count. And that is definitely how it feels when you're coming up for air and you're surfing a little too long and something's holding you down. Anyway, not to get too grim. Hey, we're looking at something grim, right? Sovereign's Bite at the 4th spot. We got 4 Soul Reap. I like this now because I can always target my own Mer. It's never come up, but if you're stuck against like Chittering Rats now, I've got an out because I can target, you could target anything because it's not green, but what am I trying to say here? There's some green scenarios when I'm facing a green deck that I have options at. That's what I mean, not black. I think I had a lot of coffee. I haven't actually. So yeah, against a green deck, I can still target this, get rid of it if there's some sort of weird mana lock happening. And Dusk Legion Zealot over Sign in Blood. So we've got 12 creatures and the Village Rights, and this is our little mini draw engine. In my sideboard, I got a lot of stuff here. We've got the other Justices, 3 Snuff Outs, the Siphon Lives, this and this. This isn't quite what I played in the tournament. I actually had Snuff Outs main. I thought I was going to bump into a lot of Tron and stuff, but ended up not being the case. So, but no, that, like I said, Blade Magic, that made my year. So thank you. Alrighty. Wait. I don't want to do that. We'll save that for Saturday's show when we have a more improved deck list for you. And hopefully one of you out there will send us your best take on it at pauperganda@gmail.com. We would love to see it. Let's see. Did that come up? What's going on here? Oh, yeah. I need to create something, don't I? I was like, it's slow to come up. It's like, well, you didn't do it, you fool. So, yeah. So anybody, do y'all not want to play Pauperdy? I haven't seen anybody wanting to call their spot. We've got 3 spots or 3 contestants available. It's very uncompetitive. I mean, I'll try to ring in and do all that stuff, but that's the good thing about text in the chat, because whoever calls it in first gets it. So the deck's a lot more near and dear to my heart, this kind of style. We'll keep this hand. This way you get to see 2 decks, and we'll play a little trivia game show next. In our grand experiment. Swamp. All right. Keep the chat going, guys. That's the only way I really have to monitor to make sure everything's working okay. I actually didn't think it would go this smoothly. I figured just there's so many moving parts, and especially learning a brand new software and having it talk to all these other bits of software, I thought there would be a lot more bumps in the night, if you know what I mean. Shiraz, am I still rolling? What's going on here? It's got awfully quiet. Well, I can do that into that. And if he does that, I can kill it. But I'm not really after that. I'm just going to... let's just eat some life here. I'll do a double play next turn for a Soul Reap. All right, still rolling. There we go. Okay. Sometimes, I should have, another dedicated feed over here. Maybe in the future I will, but that might cause more lag or something, even though I'm hardwired in. Don't want to push it too much because my son streams, I stream, the other one watches streams, our TV streams. You get it. It can get a little robust. Oh, there's the card I love to hate so much. Always seems to show up and do its thing as opposed to what I say. But actually, in one of the matchups we played, I was up against Mono Black Control. I forget who the person was in the creator tournament, but I was trying to be as kind as I could, pointing out the flaws I think that Mono Black has with that. But it was like a clinic on paying 3 for Chittering Rats and not hitting anything because I was hellbent very often, and it was a good time. Okay, let's we'll bring out Scorpion, and then we'll just Soul Reap. I'll Soul Reap the rat, and that way we can block and do all kinds of other good stuff. Let's get rid of this. Just try to empty our hand as soon as we can here. Was eating chili dogs. Oh, I wish our rolls were reverse, Shiraz. Actually, I'm pretty stuffed. I was so if you followed the channel for any length of time, you notice I've lost quite a bit of weight. I'm about the 45-pound mark, like down and just staying there, and it's been really consistent. But one of the keys is I drink a lot of water. I got just this big tub, and I try to drink one before breakfast and then one before around noon. But today, because I'm out of rhythm, right? Saturday, I obviously don't do that because I don't want to have to go to the restroom every 2 seconds on a stream, which is one of the drawbacks of it. But anyway, why am I saying this? Well, today I forgot my rule and I had already had my gigantic allotment of water. And so I feel like I'm swimming constantly, if you know what I mean. Bone Picker, that's a great card. Now look at old Mono Black control lists where they have Chittering Rats. Just swap it with Bone Picker. Immediate upgrade. You don't have to have both. So says I. Alrighty, well, let's do this to this. And I think I'll pop it now. I'd like to hit a land drop. Boom, boom, boom. Are you doing a particular diet? Girlfriend on a keto diet right now, and it's amazing. Yeah, keto lasts for a while. It gets a little boring. I've it's had varying degrees of success over the years, but the only thing that's ever worked, and I hate to plug them because it can get a little irritating, but is that new map. My brother did it, and he lost like literally about 100 pounds. I'm not exaggerating. It's astonishing, and that's the thing, he's kept it off. It really fundamentally changes this more than anything else. And there's a lot faster diets. Like keto's awesome because you do it for 2 days and you notice a difference. It's just hard to keep up with, but I can't recommend that new map enough. It gets a wee bit irritating, but after about 2 months you get your ways set in stone, and it fundamentally changes a lot of the ways you perceive things and outlooks and such. And as long as you stick to it, you lose just about 1 pound a week, super healthy and slow. And so a lot of Americans and people that are impatient don't really like it, but changed me, boy. And for those of you of the libation persuasion like I am, enjoy a Merit lager on the weekends, or more so now that there's all this stuff going on. I have 2 or 3 beers sometimes, and it's everything's on the menu, in other words. So all right, sorry, enough about that. That's not what we're about. This is what we're about. Okay, one more land. I'll be feeling it here. Let's I guess we just stay up on this and try to fight Gary, or do we do that? Let's see what he kills here. If he gets rid of the Rager, I've got more time and I'm not too worried. But and it implies that he has Gary right behind this for the extra. Okay, so he doesn't have Gary. All right. Well, let's put this out as a blocker. Maybe I'll get another land. Get 5 land. That'll be a nice 6-point life swing. All right, cool. We've got a blocker at least. My little deduction there of what's probably in their hand. I don't think it's Gary as of right now. Maybe right now they've got it, and there's about a 1% chance Little Fight will be joining us. I think he's finishing up work right about now, and it's always kind of an influx of what, when, how, and when he's gonna get done, and sometimes they keep him long and stuff. The problem with people like Little Fight is that he's good at everything. My wife's that way. And so when they get these jobs, it seems cool and it's a great find for the employer, but they start abusing their multi-tool ability. I don't know what that is in human terms, but you need something physical fixed. You need this math problem. Oh, now the books are blah blah blah. It's just, my buddy is good at everything, and the drawback of that is their time gets eaten up by fools like me. Let's do this. I guess we'll put out another creature. It's funny to see him use a Chainer's Edict on stuff. Not too worried about a Gary here because the alms will at least nullify it, and they might be forced to use another bit of removal on it. Okay, we got a double play next turn, so if we do walk into Soul Reap, we're going to be able to do something about it. Yeah, Dreamer Stango, I love Black Cat. I know you wrote that a page ago, but against Tron and stuff, I remember I came up with a list, shared a couple months back, maybe 6 months ago or so, but it was just, we didn't play it seriously, but it was just a deck list that I have that's just called Dies. And it's just pretty much, if that's in the flavor text, like, hey, when something dies, this happens. And this deck's very similar to that in that respect. But oftentimes I do have a beatdown plan sometimes and get there, but it's all pretend for right now. Will Gary make a comeback? Depends what is in that hand on top of that. And I got rid of the Retrace. I did have those main for quite a while, but I was starting to look at all the life gain I've got and the argument for and against it. And you really want to get to that, the bump in the night math again. So I actually just kept him in the sideboard against the burn matchup. So we'll see. Another Gary will make that whole turn not really matter, but at least we'll stay alive longer. This is a very good example deck of better than the sum of its parts. You look at it and it just kind of looks like a bit of a hot mess. But I really, really enjoy playing it. Unless it got popular. And then I would probably move on to the next thing. Oh man, he's going to make this a game. Darn it. Alrighty. Here we go. What do we got here? We've got problems, folks. If you want to kill it, you go for it. Use a card to take damage. But if we take much more damage, we'll be in trouble. Now my computer got really loud. It doesn't like Perilous Myrrh. Or maybe it doesn't like Gary's. Maybe it's slow on the uptick of the Chittering Rats plan. Ooh. Well, at least the freezing camera shot the plague has left us for the time being. Oh, a long time. I want to show you guys this beer that I really, really, really like. But I'm afraid it'll freeze the camera. But I can't live in fear. It's from yesterday. It's this Made West Hazy IPA. This stuff, I get it at Trader Joe's. I just love it. It smells good too. I mean, it's a really, took one sip. I was like, that might be my favorite beer ever. So that one's for you, Shiraz. All right, here we go. We got to win one game. What's going on here? Well, at this stage, I will block. If I had a better life total, I would do this. But for right now, I'm just going to point this at his head. Boop, boop. I've already used quite a few of our verdicts. It's pretty unlikely we'll have that. Don't have anything that does 5. We got a few 4s in the Tyrants, which we haven't drawn any of. We'll see here. Those IPA craft beers are like £1 million each in the UK. Yeah, it's not. I think a 4-pack's almost $10. It is pretty pricey. It's like, damn. So this is a neat little scenario. I wish the Garys didn't show up. This game would have been over a long time ago. But it's just that, you put stuff out and you either save time and they take damage, or they use a card and they take damage. I really like that. Got them either way sort of mentality. I think the deck is pretty close to tournament ready, honestly. Yeah, the whole reason I was trying to design around this one's over. He's got us now. Chid 3's build was that I really wanted Soul Reap, because you have to play that spell in front of it to be more powerful. And so I was like, create a tournament. I don't think we're going to see much black or whatever. So I went with all, and almost every round I faced something was that. So it was pretty frustrating. Gary gets us. And you have to drink them warm. Oh, yuck. Yeah, we'll be dead because that does go on the stack. Not an immediate effect, so we lose that one. Alrighty. Well, Evankar's Justice is pretty good against black. Pretty much, deck's not too bad against black usually. Just kind of drew a bit awkward, and Gary showed up. So I'll take out one alms, and I think I'll go with one fountain. I like the fountains against burn, and sometimes we are in the draw, or we'll be on the play, so just want to make sure I don't hiccup on any of this stuff here. Let me try that out. Justice is really good against everything but Gary in their deck, so I like to keep one of those in there. I can always just play it if I start getting rat locked, but I think you hit 6 lands that game. Dreamer Stingo says, I like to get proper drunk. I tell you, that's one of the other benefits of weight loss is it takes a lot less to feel it. I'm with you. It used to take 4 or 5 beers for me to be like, okay, that's better slow down. But I had like a Super Bowl style weekend or whatever, but now it's like 2. You know, that's a good point. I was a little wee bit flooded there. Maybe I can just play it as is again, right? Let's see how that works. We'll just keep it as it was. See how this goes through. Submission received. All right. Hey, so I guess nobody wants to play Pauperdy, or did I just not read it? Shiraz, you don't even want to be the Goblin Gardener? You would think. I don't even know what the questions are. It was like 4 months ago. One of the fans, I got a few of them actually, but this is, I'm going in the order I got them. I wish I wrote it down. I'm sorry about that. Okay, well, it's a very awkward draw, but I'll keep it. I'll go through here. I'll play. Okay, so we got Shiraz as the Goblin Gardener. It'll make more sense to those. Everybody's probably like, what the hell is this guy's talking about? We play a version of the game show Jeopardy, but we call it Pauperdy, and got this silly intro and all this stuff that I spent way too much time on, but it's for all of you to like and laugh at later, so who cares? Here we go. If I still had cards on MTG, I would. What do you mean, Solson? You don't play MTGO? All right. Did I just skip over my turn? I did. Good grief. I'm sitting here reading this stuff and tell you streaming's hard work, folks. All right. Well, we'll lead off with this and go bump in the night, and I feel like a fool. I got a nice learning software curve I'm trying to get, right? I'm just glad you can hear me and see me, and we're playing Pauper, so apologies for that big mess up. I'm so used to guzzling coffee. It's too late in the afternoon now. I don't want to have water, but I am starting to feel the effects of talking too much without a constant supply on my vocal pipes. Oh, Pauperdy. Yeah, Jeopardy is a game show here in the States. It's probably, I mean, obviously worldwide. You can see it on Netflix too. And they just they ask a variety of questions and stuff, and just all good fun. All right, man, have we got an awkward play here. This is just weirdness. Well, there's not much to do other than just play this, return this, and pass the turn. So it's just a game show, but it's all based on Magic the Gathering. Kroopy says, hello all, new to the format, found this channel through YouTube, excited to catch you live. Thank you so much. Yes, yeah, we normally never do a Monday show, but we had a lot of, and we're still having a lot of software issue hiccups and learning curves, so this is our little experiment here. So we're going to finish up this game, and then we're going to go on to a game show that I designed based on Jeopardy of the States and go from there. Alrighty. Well, I can, at least now I can play the Myrrh block. I guess we could play this and do that too, but I'd rather do this, and then we can village rights it EOT and see what we can see. Our bump in the night is active. Speaking of night, one of my dear friends, RJ, got me this really cool paint. I know it sounds weird. He knows I paint a lot, and with my masks and stuff. If you saw the Gary show, we designed the Gary mask. But it's the truest black. I think it's called black. Oh, it's right here. It is Black 3.0. If you want to see a funny Kickstarter video, him and this other artist had like beef, but in a nutshell, it's like the blackest black. It looks like there is a hole in the universe compared to other blacks. It's just crazy. So I can't wait to see. Let's see. Yeah, it's called Black 3.0, and I can't wait to paint with it. The videos are amazing, though. It's just like, oh my God, I can't believe what happens here. All right, we will block here, and then we'll just zap it and kill the rat. Village rights. We'll do this. Shoot that. Draw 2 cards. Kill the rat. Hopefully we don't get unearthed, because that'll just kind of be a wash on village rights there. All right. Heal through this turn. Hiya. But yeah, check it out. It's a really funny little video. He made like the pinkest pink, and now he went and made the blackest black, and he talks about how he went about it. But it's pretty shocking when you see this stuff on a canvas, because you can have black paint, and then you can have this, and it does just look like some hole in the universe. So this is not our day. I'm trying to wear too many hats here. So I'll do this. Come on. Come on. Guess we'll do this. Try to getting rat locked here. Okay. You know what? I'm going to play the cottage just for the tempo of a double play next turn in case I don't top deck a swamp. We all know that's not going to happen. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I love thoughtful gifts. Nothing worse than gift certificates in my world. Very convenient. If somebody wants one, that's great. But I always feel it's kind of a lazy gift. Bum, 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 bum. So we've got a vampire soldier against a human wizard and a rat. Hello, Moogie Warrior 18. I discovered Pauperganda a few weeks ago when I was wondering if the Champion of the Flame had any play in Pauper, and bam! When the Red One Pauper videos, since I try to watch your streams or rewatch you on YouTube. Thank you so much. Vastly appreciated. Today is our weird Monday experiment. We're trying all new software and having okay results. PC's running a little loud. Be a bit of a learning curve for the rest of December, maybe even into January, but we'll have a fresh, ironed out show for you, hopefully 2021. So, Moogie Warrior. Is that are you like in the Pacific Islands area? Is that, or just a fan of what is that Hawaiian culture, the Polynesians? Dun, dun, dun. All right, that hurts a bit. Let's see what he's on here. I feel like Gary coming. Maybe I need to put bone pickers in this list, eh? We'll see. Well, either way here, let's see what I can do here. Righto. Here we are. We'll play this out. We got an instantaneous hand, so I'll just sit on it. Mirari, LOL. Is it? It's, I see MUGI. Oh yeah, as far as the I thought it was just your typical Polynesian culture with the tiki statues and stuff, and what was that Disney film Moana, where they venture off into the ocean and they use the stars to just, well, you talk about ballsy people, man, just going, being like, yep, we're just going to set off into the vast unknown of the ocean back before cell phones and everything, and hope we hit land. We're just going to trust our trade winds knowledge and stuff. Woo-wee. That's adventurous people. Oh, Argentina. There's a place I'd like to go. Very much so. All right. Let's do... I think I'm just going to let this die. No, I can do this way. Hold on. All right, we'll block here. I will village right this, kill the rat. And then verdict the witch. Maybe. Yeah, why not? I like to get rid of the double Gary math here. Boom, boom, boom. Alrighty. We got 2, 4, 5. We need 6, I think, for this. Yeah, 6. 5 and a red. Thank you for the love in the chat. Nice to hear a lot of new folks and people checking us out, seeing us on a Monday for the first time. It's a first, I tell you. And it rhymes with worst, which is probably the build that I was just playing previous, but I do think there might be something there. So if you've got a good UG mill deck that you like, believe in, fill in the blank, send it to pauperganda@gmail.com. We'll check it out. We'll try to flesh it out, and we'll play it on Saturday's show. So I used to say next Saturday, but in this case, it's just Saturday. And I believe we'll try to get a little greedy with Witch's Cottage. Hard for me to say. Okay, 2, 4, 6. We can bump in the night. Watch, he's got like a chittering rats and a Bajuga Bog will be like, no. No, the name's just for the one piece of Mogi Baba. Very nice. Uh-oh, my scenario is coming true. Are all the storm cards finally banned in Pauper? I miss casting Grape Shot. Yeah, no, Weather the Storm. We did if you look on our YouTube page, we've got a pretty funny little MTG spoof. It was Weather the Storm, I believe, Insurance. Insurance for the Common Mage. Had to slip that in there. And it was a lot of fun to do that one. All right, well, we're not going to get that, but there's our little flashback bump of the night. And I think I just block and shoot. Tempted to shoot that rat. You think I should attack? No. Just because if Gary shows up, 4 points is a lot. Not on our end, but on theirs. Keeps them alive. We don't hit that hard. Hit pretty consistently, though. Thank you for whoever gave me the tip to not include that extra land. You were right. I did have 6 lands, so... Cycle Storm still exists. This is true. Yeah, the way Wizards has been making cards, I wouldn't be surprised if they come up with a cheaper, better version of Temporal Fissure and allow it in Pauper. It's just going to be like, can you guys learn your lessons, please? All right, let's do here. What do you guys vote? Kill the rat or point it to the dome? I'm going to kill the rat. I don't know. Whoever says first, let's shoot the dome. I'll try to play correct magic. He might not have Gary. If he does, this could be a slog. All right. There we go. Kill is your worst enemy. Kill what? Him or the rat? They got back chittering rats, so I'm just going to play Hellbent to kind of illustrate my point and bait them with the, I guess, verdict. Illustrate my point. I've been proven wrong twice already. Where it hits me and makes me... But Village Rites kind of nullifies it. That's a lot of mana for a 2-2 after the effect. I won't start. Have you thought about making Reckless Abandon and or Heartfire? Yes. In fact, I think I've done it a few times, but... I know the shows can all run together. Keep them ideas coming. Or if you got a new one or you want to share a list, we just got sent a list that used Scare Tiller for the first time. That was very interesting. I don't think it's, well, not tourney worthy. Might be stream worthy. Who knows? Just illustrated my problem with discard and like rats and stuff. They can be good, but when your opponent's hellbent, I mean, they pretty much did their whole turn to put a 2-2 out. I know you're investing in the future with Gary, and that comes up. That's great, but you can get evasion and all kinds of other neat little things that can happen. I'd like discard, but it's got to be in the form of like Okiba Gain Shinobi, something that does something if the person's hellbent, or the what is that? Augur of Skulls. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Well, I'm just gonna do this now. Keep them off the dudes. I'll stay hellbent. I'm not going to let that go back in my hand with chittering rats and then have to do it anyway. So now Witches is pretty useless. Is he going to get back that silly rat again? That's pretty much his only option, isn't it? If he hits Gary, going to be a lot of egg on my face. I've got to... Man, can I draw a Tyrant's Choice? We didn't even see one the first game, and now we're almost the halfway point here and still haven't seen one. Hey, cool. Well, that's 2, 4. Yeah, I could flash it back, but I don't even think I want to. I'm just going to play it because we got rats coming right up behind me and we've already seen duress. I'm just going to play it. Bonk. Kill the rat. I'm sorry, King X Tim. I missed it, but with triple cottage and unearth, I think we might have chose right. We'll see. He is hellbent right now, as am I. We've seen the rat completely miss 2 or 3 times now. And anything but land would be good. Here we go. As we eat the life, and at least we pull even. Woo-wee. Alms of the vein. It'd be funny if they used duress on that. Be like, ha-ha. Stay hellbent with that in the hand. That will be pretty good. Okay. Yep. Just got to keep moving here, guys. Boop. As is. As you were. I think rats is good, even if it just makes the opponent play hellbent, like a super nat miser. That's a very good point, Dreamer Stingo. And thank you for it. Now, like I've defend myself a bit on that and just say, I know it's a good card. I just the card itself, awesome. I just think mono black needs to evolve, needs to move forward, needs to do. I'm playing mono black. I got one spell that warrants the Rakdos Carnariums and the Siphon Lifes in the sideboard, but this has easily probably been my favorite deck since gosh, what was that last one I made? Brute Squad, yeah. Which I have to play on the stream too. That's always a nice little filler one. Here we go. Okay, so we've got a Goblin Gardener for the game. We still need an Auramancer. Does anybody want to play a trivia game next and have an official spot? All right. Brute Squad was cute. I built it last month in paper. I don't think it was cute. I think that thing was vicious. That won me a lot of money. Keep. The problem with being a content creator, though, is that I'm always in that. I'm actually a pretty good candidate for it because I'm always trying to innovate and move on. And it's okay, done that. Next, Saw a few people do pretty well with it. And then poof. Still there. Alrighty. Let's do this. I'm just going to try to eviscerate our hands as fast as possible and our opponent's life total. These Smoke'ems probably played him 50 times over the years, if I was to put a number on it. Oh, I ran into a very cool, what's that? The black creature, it goes and gets copies of itself. It's like this little shadow commando dude. Ran into a deck that used that pretty effectively. It was a neat little design. Wasn't vicious yet, but you know what? I'm going to play Tyrant's Choice now because we've already seen duress. And I want to get as much bang for my buck as I can. And the next turn I'll probably pull a, like a Mer Fruit combo. Whisper Squad. That's it. Thank you, my friends. He'll carry with it, and then Dreamer Stingo with the assist. Very cool. All right, make sure I didn't miss a land drop this time. God, I can't believe I might have been able to win last game if I think that was the game I missed, or was it this one? Or was it the second one? It was the second round. That's right. This is the third game match. I always get those mixed up. Yeah. That was pretty fascinating stuff. Well, Chittering Rat would have been good there. Let us see. Okay, change of plans. We're going to drop the Mer. Drop the Mer. If you're just joining us, my son, for my birthday, got me my own Pauperganda double-sided mug. And last time I did this, the camera froze. So, as yet another experiment, we will try. I really like the artwork on Fruit of Tizerius. You want to use a card on it? I will save you the trouble. Take that. Bonk. That is interesting to compare to the mercenaries. All right. Draw some cards. Cool. We got some good ones. Serrated Scorpion, my new favorite black creature. Hard to beat that for 1 mana. They could have at least made it a 1/1 and made it remotely Well, Fair's a bit heavy-handed. It's not that slam down wins by itself, but boy, is it a good piece of a puzzle. I'll yield through this. It's black versus black on a Monday attack. Show for the ages. One of the other good things about creatureless builds is against decks like this, you've just got so much card advantage, but I like to go the other route. Play a deck that wants its things killed and keep moving like that. A Blight Speaker. Oh, that's the black one, right? All right. Down goes our Scorpion. This Divest pays off. Speaking of Brute Squad, Divest was the meanest thing you could do to me turn one, and especially with the original build because of the Sprigleaf Drum usually being the power plant of the deck. Since then, I've added the holdout settlements and such, so it's gotten a lot more consistent. But all right, time to eviscerate our hands. We'll say Torture. I'm going to keep Verdict back. Wish I had one more mana. Could Fruit, and then if he duresses us, we could just force him to make us pay 1 for it. What is this new devilry? Nope. There we go. Careful. Don't want to click through my turn. Got all these damn screens in my face. Now my phone's bugging me. All right. I think we're going to see. All right. That's not so bad. See what we can see. I'm just going to go Hellbent. It's not really worth killing it with a Verdict, but I don't want to just sit around and wait for Mr. Chittering to show up. So true to your point, Dreamer Stingo, I think it was you. Yeah. That is a good counter argument. It is forcing me to play a little bit different, and they don't have to worry about what's in my hand. So that is something I haven't really worded it that way to myself. So thank you for enlightening me to that. Okay, let's eat some fools. Got him next turn. Here comes Alms. Zomp. Chomp. Little ash tone to the skin. That's a nice touch. Okay. Now we're going on an hour and a half. I didn't think the show would go this long. I guess that's what happens when you play fog decks, right? One time, too. God, this could have been like a really long stream, but it's like how you still get value from Force Spec. Yeah, that's very true. Yeah. I'll admit when I'm wrong. But it's time for black to move on. And here we go. I'll get rid of this, and this. Done. Might consider playing Unearth in my build too. Come on. All right, there we go. Okay, so that'll do it for Magic. But now, for those of you that don't have any idea what we're talking about, I'm going to attempt, this is a Pauperganda first. Usually I've made it all this last time. It'll make more sense if you saw my end of it, because I've got like other windows open with the game ready to go and everything like that. So I got to look at my notes here. There we go. Shift S is my key for that. And here we go.
Live from Pauperganda Studios, this is Paupardy. Now entering the studio are today's contestants. A Goblin Gardener from the Plains of Alara, an Auramancer from the Serra Isles, and a Necromancer from the Dross Swamplands. These 3 contestants will compete today on Pauperdy. And now, here's the host of Pauperdy, Deluxe Ikoff.
And we're back. All right. Everything looking good? You guys see it? All right. So this is our little game show. It's supposed to be Jeopardy, but we took a little liberty with the title and named it Pauperdy. And apologies for the other side because I didn't make this list and I clicked through it and read it a long time ago and they haven't refreshed. So, but we can still go over it. So I will do one to give you guys the gist of it. So far I've got Shirazamon as the Goblin Gardener, so that'll be his score. We still need an Auramancer and a Necromancer. We don't technically need them. We can just go through this and have some fun. But I'll give you an example. So Wizards of the Coast red list. So for 100, It says, this card is a special kind of mongoose and can be cast for only 1 green mana. It grows to a 3/3 with threshold, but you rarely see it played. So if you know the answer, you just write it in because your name's right next to it, the benefit of chat. And we show the answer with spacebar, and we reveal it with the escape key. So this is a free little bit of software. So it is, what is Nimble Mongoose? And you don't have to answer in the form of a question. You can just say it. So there you go. Fuji Purple in the house. Fuji, do you want to be either the Auramancer or the Necromancer? Because we've got 2 spots open. Or Lovecraft. I just need to know like who to listen to or how to score it. And if I'll be the Auramancer. Alrighty, so Auramancers technically usually win this game. We've played all of one time, was it you, Lovecraft, that rocked the show last time? This would be Fuji is the Auramancer. And my knowledge isn't great, though. That's fine. Hey, it helps people out when it isn't great, because then it gives people a shot and stuff. Lovecraft for the Necro. Alrighty, Necro. All right, we got our players. Everybody ready? Okay, so we're going to say escape. We're back here. And so this one has been guessed. Just keep in mind, sorry for this. Maybe we should just go down this list first to make it. I'm just going to call that, and then I'll let you guys call categories. Okay, so the next one will be Wizards of the Coast red list for 200 points. So 000, here we go. This card is one of 3 species of the type jellyfish. And for 1 blue and 2 colorless mana, it can return a creature back to its owner's hand. Let's see who gets it. Mana War, Fuji Purple. Let's see if you're correct. Mana War, and Fuji Purple was the Auramancer. So you get the points. There we go. Now we go back for 300. Answer. Like all British wands belong to the Queen, most creatures of this, he meant to say this, card type in Pauper belong to Liliana. Ooh, I think I know the answer to that. Lovecraft wrote the super late answer. Zombie, says Shirazamon. I don't want to reveal yet until we get the guesses in, but Shirazamon has guessed zombies. I know what I would say. Yeah, I think I would go there, Warrior. Moogie Warrior 18. All right, do we have an answer from either the Necromancer or the Auramancer? Come on now, don't be shy. Keep that chat rolling, baby. Woo, zombies. 2 for zombies. Well, Shiraz already said zombies. Let's see what it is. Don't want to get going here. What is a specter? Nobody gets the points there. Escape. Fuji Purple a little late to the party. All right, for 500. Next one. Nobody got the points. It's okay. This sweet little bouncing and bubbling creatures are sometimes seen near their natural ecosystems, the bathtub. Beebles, Shirazamon. Right with it. I think you're right, but I'll let somebody else answer if they want to give it any other option. Maybe illusion. And Shirazamon is the Goblin Gardener. What are thalids, says Fuji Purple. All right. And, Lovecraft, you want to throw in your hat in the ring? I'll give you a few more seconds and I'll reveal. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What are Beebles? Shirazamon on the board and in the lead. Here we go. Alrighty, for closing out the category of the red list, we have, I don't know why they called it that. It went over my head. I think I got it the first time. This kind of plant creature, only recently found by scientists in Ikoria, might deal much trample damage when it pumps itself up. Thank you for that, Shiraz. This kind of plant creature, only recently found by scientists in Ikoria, might deal much trample damage when it pumps itself up. Fuji Purple with the first response. Gnarlid, if it's right, you will get the points. Give everybody a few more seconds. You know what? I should get the theme music out and just have it playing, but I don't want to get in any sort of copyright crap, so never mind that idea. What is Charging Badger and rammed through? Let's see. What is Almighty Bushwhack? Okay, well, technically, we're supposed to say minus on these things, but I won't be cruel. We'll just keep it into the pluses here. All right. So let's go Better Than Bolt for 100. The artificial enhanced lightning bolt for 1 red mana helps you with clearing the battlefield for a Tog attacks. This artificial enhanced lightning bolt. This should be a pretty easy one. Galvanic Blast, Shirazamon with it as he moves up to 600. And we go to the next. I'll just jump around here. RTFM. Not quite sure. This all made sense months ago when I read it. I think it was accompanied with an email, but I'm sure some of you in the chat already know what this means. But we'll go, let's go 300. This special geometric figure is played in the Fringe of Tron variant. Costs 2 white and 2 colorless mana to play and can lead to long matches. Tick, tock, tick. This special geometric figure is played in Fringe Tron variants. Costs 2 white and 2 colorless. I know the answer to this. 2 white and 2. Fuji purple with the wrong guess. Should I zing him? Shiraz answers before the question is asked. Did he? Oh no, that was the last question. Alrighty. Well, let me give the ding to Fuji here. Well, you know, I wasn't dinging people. Do you guys want me to give negative points for bad answers? Lovecraft with that, and Shiraz, still need to hear from you. 3, 2, 1. All right. Well, that's a pretty long-winded card, isn't it? It is Rhystic Circle. I did know that one. All right. So from now on, I'm going to start penalizing so we can play the true way. All right. No more freebies. Okay. Retired veterans for, let's make this really spicy, 800. This will be a hard one. This mighty horned 3/2 creature for 2 green mana was often played in Stompy. It got replaced by creatures with more keywords and rules text. Oh, I know this one. I believe it has trample too. What is Horned Kavu? That's a 3/4 if I'm remembering right. But that one's red too, I think. I'm screwing up. All right, Shirazamon. I'm pretty sure you get dinged on this one, and it's going to hurt. You're going to be at like -200 if my math's right. Anybody else? Yeah, you got to be pretty sure of your answer. It'll be funny if somebody's at like super negative. Horned Kavu, says Lovecraft. All right, Fuji. We got to get the necromancers on the board, Lovecraft. It might be on a delay also. That's true. I just don't want it to do. No idea. Alrighty. Yep, that's what I thought, Little Fiend. Yeah. So, Shiraz, no. Did Fuji Purple didn't ring in technically, and Lovecraft said that. So Lovecraft necromancers are hurting bad. All right, here we go. Off to the next one. Let's give them a chance to pull even. Go for gold. It's probably has to do with rares. For 800. This legendary and most flamboyant human pirate is a 4/3 creature for 2 black, 1 blue, and 3 other mana with first strike. His surname is DiPietro. Sorry if I mispronounced that. I have no idea about this one. I wouldn't ring in. Impossible to be on the board with lag. Oh, sorry about that, Lovecraft. What is Ramses? Says Shirazamon with a go there. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Yeah, I guess depending on the user side, if things are a little too slow. Johnny Cash, says Dreamer Stingo. Oh, yeah. And anyone else? All right, Lovecraft, that would know. And what is Ramirez? Let's see what it is. Ramirez. All right, so Fuji gets it. That is the Auramancers. You'd think I would have this memorized by now. And Shirazamon goes to -1,000. I had the same issue last time, says Shiraz. Yeah, I know. That's why we don't play it all the time. But it is. Hopefully you guys are having some fun. It takes a lot of work to put these darn things together. So I really appreciate the fans when they pull these off. So it's a great way to entertain your family at a dinner party or something, and put a bunch of private jokes up here too. So, oh, I'm the best at bad spelling, Shiraz. So I will translate for you. Okay, let's go with retired veterans for 300 for 1 mana. For 1 mana more than Lightning Bolt, this former burn staple made regeneration useless. I think most will get this. Tick tock, Shirazamon with Incinerate. We don't even need to hear from anybody else because I know you're right. Bing and bing. Alrighty. The Auramancers, as usual, are running away with it. The one time we played before that happened. All right, let's go with 500. Better than Bolt is the category. This card deals 5 damage to a creature for 6 mana, or you can pay only 1 red mana and you can use it as a discard outlet too. 5 damage to a creature for 6 mana. What is Lightning Axe, says Fuji Purple. Lovecraft with the last one. No, sorry about that, Lovecraft. If somebody wants to fill in, for Lovecraft. That might be an option too. I don't want to have somebody take your spot, but I know it's the lag on your end's kind of costing you the game here. There's so much on the line, right? All right, we got a lightning axe vote. I don't know what this is. I thought it was the miracle mechanic one, but I think that cost, is that 4 and 2 red, I think? I thought it was that miracle one. I'm not sure. All right, let's see. Answer is lightning axe. All right. So, Fuji Purple, I'm never going to get used to this people's usernames. And then the Oromancers show up again. Damn. All right, let's go for gold for 500. Answer is this gold colored instant spell for 1 blue and 1 white mana counters spells that target you or a permanent you control and draws you a card. I do know this one. I had it as a cutesy sideboard option, and then we ended up taking it out. That's all the clues you're going to get from me. And the bathroom calleth, so Thunderous Wrath, this creature. Oh, that was from the last one. Yeah, I've got to hit the restroom, so we're not going to finish out this game. We'll go to like 3 more questions, and then we'll do it. What is hindering touch, says Shirazaman. Booyah! Hindering light. We'll give it to you. Light, says Little Fiend. Let's give him some points. Least I could do for the co-host, right? Got to be a little biased. All right, RTFM for 800. I'm bad at this. Oh, a lot of people. I've been bad at it so far. This blue version of Journey to Nowhere requires you to pay an upkeep cost of 3 mana, unless your opponent is nice and pays it for you. Yeah. Wonder what this is. This blue version of Journey to Nowhere requires you to pay an upkeep cost of 3 mana, unless your opponent is nice and pays it for you. It probably came from the prophecy cycle. Isn't that with all the Rhystic stuff? Is that a clue? Is that a giveaway? I don't know. I don't even know if I'm right. Bum, 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 bum. Me to Lovecraft. Oh. Bum, bum, bum. Anyone from Ice Age? What is it I'm thinking of, says Dreamer Stango? Tick tock, tick tock. And we will reveal 3, 2, 1. Icy Prison. All right. Well, nobody loses anything. Here we go. We'll do these 3, and then I'm going to call it a day, guys. Actually, let's do a real easy one. Make people feel a little bit better. This One-Eyed Defender for 1 blue, 1 red, and 1 colorless mana is the companion of Kiln Fiend and equally dangerous. You all should get this one. It's just who's going to answer first. Maybe we should just give it to Lovecraft because the poor lag issues. What is Nivik Cyclops? Fuji Purple representing the Oromancers with the truth. Going up to 1600. What is the deal with Oromancers and Jeopardy? Or Pauperdy? All right. We're going to do these 3, and then we're going to call it a day, guys. I still got some stuff to show you at all, but after Cave of Temptation got printed, players will likely not get their mana anymore from this 2 functional identical seaside locations. From this 2 functional identical seaside locations. Pluralized. I believe. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, see when this was made? Oh, you guys can't see it because of my overlay. 8/17 was when this was made. So it's good half a year old. After Cave of Temptation got printed, players will likely not get their mana anymore from this 2 functional identical seaside locations. Tick-tock, tick-tock. I think we're just going to reveal this one. Bonk. What is Shimmering Grotto and Unknown Shores? Whew, that should have been worth a lot more than that. Oh, I guess it was. That was a 500. All right. We're going to go RTFM for 500. 2 more questions. For 1 blue mana, you can surprise hexproof players with this former only paper pauper legal instant. I know this one. The last game I made, so I knew everything. This one, I'm feeling a little bit more non-hexproofed. What do we got here, folks? I haven't seen a reply since Niv Cyclops, so hopefully the chat hasn't frozen up. For 1 blue mana, you can surprise hexproof players with this former only paper pauper legal instant. Fuji Purple with a null. Finally, a wrong answer, I believe. But that's technically true. It would be good against hexproof and that, but yeah, interesting. Okay. Anybody else? Because I know. I think it starts with a C. Let's see if I'm right. Otherwise, Fuji Purple. What is enchantment alteration? I got it wrong too. I don't know. I don't feel like I should have to ping you for that because it seems like there's a lot of things that could do that. So not the best question. So I don't think we'll count that one. We'll just go to the very last one. And here it is for 800. Auramancer's are going to win no matter what, but Necromancer's got a chance to come back if they're... All right, here we go. This card, this is Better Than Bolt, named after a specific type of warfare, can deal 4 damage to any target for 0 mana in best case. Better Than Bolt, it's a red card. There are several options. Guerrilla Tactics, says Shiraz. I believe this is in a lot. This is in every burn deck in Pauper. TikTok. Shirazamon with the Guerrilla Tactic. I believe that's the discard and it does 2. Guerrilla Tactics? Really? What am I missing? I was thinking something else. Lovecraft shows up. Good. Fuji, can you close out with the guess? Dun, 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 dun. That's true. Girl, yeah. But the one I'm thinking of, I guess, could be that. That's what I was thinking, Fuji Purple. Let's see who's right for the game. Guerrilla Tactics. And who said it first? Oh, that was Shirazamon. So we get positive there, and we are good to go. So for, again, the Auramancers win it. I don't know how you guys do it. These Auramancers, I tell you, they're pretty brainy people. Anyway, guys, thanks for this joining me on this Experimental Monday show. Sorry for the little screen hiccups and freeze frames and blah, blah, blah. But, yeah, I think we had a pretty good outing. I kind of expected a crash and burn, and apologies all around. So we'll be back Saturday. Please try and create, if you get around to it, your best fog sort of lock list, a mill list that doesn't care if your opponent draws cards. I guess it doesn't really have to be mill, does it? And send it to pauperganda@gmail.com, and we'll go over those. Maybe we'll play 2 or 3 different decks. It'll just be kind of a theme show, like a mill day, because Vault from Favor is such a scourge right now on the format. It's that scenario like the snow artifact was, where it's like you better play it. If you're not playing it, you're probably not going to be winning unless you're doing something very avant-garde. So anyway, thank you for that, Fuji Purple, and thanks for all the love, everybody. And we'll see you Saturday on Pauperganda. And yeah, I'm just going to head out with this funny little. We'll go a little more on the beauty angle since I've got a few more commercials left. But anyway, thanks everybody for joining me, and we'll see you on Saturday's Pauperganda. And check out those content creators; they'll be in the description too. Love to all. See you next time.